Hello there, everybody. I'm Sabah928K Nightmare, and I am still in the midst of the strange insanity and weirdness that is Chaos Head. So, aside from finally seeing what the delusion triggers do, and learning that our main, well actually, it's not even so much learning at this point. Our main character is just not right in the head. That's probably the best way I can put it. That's probably the best way that I can just describe that our main character is just not right. And I ended it on a very, probably an unfair moment where I ended it right at a delusion trigger. So, let's go.
私は3年。私の方が年上さんですね。
Yes. Yes, you are, miss. If I choose green, he's going to become a pervert. If I choose red, he's going to imagine something legitimately awful involving this character. And considering I've actually warmed up to this girl already, I don't want either fate to be inflicted on her. Ah, man, I was getting dizzy from how moe that sounded. Could you be the kind older sister type? Damn it, trying to seduce me and shit. This woman was dangerous. She must be up to something.
それで、西条くんにお願いがあるんです。
There it is. A request? Seriously? You're not getting anything. Was she going to ask me for one of my Seroton figures? That makes the most sense. That or she's going to ask for your number, but then you're going to have to tell her that you don't have a cell phone. Because you were being an asshole to your little sister. If so, then she can fuck right off. She had the gall to ask me to part with one of my waifus? Ridiculous! Total insanity! There was nothing anyone could say, and there was no price anyone could pay to make me give up one of my Seroton figures. It wasn't fucking happening. If you want one so bad, go buy one yourself. Oh, by the way, I'm not gonna make any money on this series. I mean, to be fair, I wasn't really making much money on YouTube as it is, but considering I just got to the point where I've started monetizing stuff, I can't monetize Chaos Head. Because every episode that I have posted has gotten 3 to 4 music claims. I'm not gonna be making a penny off of this series. I'm still gonna censor stuff that I think needs to be censored. But, yeah. Ain't that a kick in the teeth? While I was yelling at her in my head, Yua suddenly had a huge fall landing flat on her rear. She rubbed her butt while on the verge of tears.
すみません。CD を踏んづけちゃったみたいです。ケース割れたかも。
Well, that's his fault, not yours. He's the one that refuses to keep everything cleaned up around here, so it's his fault.
本当にごめんなさい。私、きちんと片付けますから。
いいよ。Just get out of here already. You've done enough. And what the hell was that request you mentioned earlier? Yua started cleaning up the trash and CD cases lying all over the floor, even though I told her that she didn't have to. She looked so apologetic it almost made me feel guilty, like I had done something Like I'd done something wrong.
じゃあ、足の踏み場だけでも、確保させてください。すいません。その後でお願い言いますから。
Again, girl, first off, it's not your job to clean up his mess, okay? It is his fault that there wasn't enough space for you to walk through. So, realistically, it's not really, you shouldn't have to, I don't know. I'm talking to a visual novel. Do you see what I have devolved into? Do you see what I have become? With the way she just instantly started cleaning up, and thoroughly at that. She reminded me somewhat of my mom. Not caring in the slightest about what may cause problems for other people, running straight into doing whatever she pleased. You know, the typical meddler. That took a completely different direction that I was not expecting you to describe. When you said you reminded her of your mom, I was expecting something maybe potentially positive. No, you immediately just keep on piling on these negative thoughts. In that case, I should probably start helping her, shouldn't I? Fucking help her! We'd both reach for a piece of trash at the same time, our hands would touch, and we'd both say, huh? Then we'd stare into each other's eyes, just soaking in the glow of the moment, right? That's not how real life works, but sure. Wrong! The fuck do you think this is? Some kind of rom-com? Well, you're the protagonist in a visual novel, so... No way in hell was I helping her. While in the middle of piling up magazines, Yua suddenly stopped. Her back was turned, so I couldn't tell what she just picked up. Hmm?
いえ、気にしないでください。
Did y'all see something degenerate? I would not be surprised in the slightest. What was she getting nervous about? Something about it made me suspicious. Come to think of it, she was essentially ransacking my room at this point. What if she was trying to steal something? Maybe she was thinking that I had so many figures I wouldn't notice if one went missing. But little did she know, she was dead wrong! I'd perfectly memorized every single waifu on that shelf. If even a single one went missing, I'd be able to tell in a nanosecond.
フィギュアには触らないでね。
はい。いえ、違うんです。
No, I guarantee there's been a bit of a misunderstanding. It's just that you're in a room with a psychopath.
そのブラチューの同人誌っていうんですか？それが落ちてまして、ちょっと中身を見てみたら。
Ah, that's right. You did state that you were a fan of Bloodtoon, but a doujin? A doujin? That's a fan manga. Of course he's got one of those. My Bloodtoon doujins? Ah, shit, they're all porn.
すごかったのでびっくりしました。
Well, yeah. It's not every day you just suddenly find a book on the floor, open it up, boom, boobies!
勝手に見ないでよ。
You're the one that left it on the fucking floor!
すいません。
Don't apologize for his stupidity. Yua began tidying up again, nervous as ever. Shortly after, she quickly cleared a space to sit down and then turned towards me.
それで、さっき言ったお願いですけど。
Oh, right, the request you were talking about. Finally! I gulped, then instinctively braced myself for impact.
さっき言ったフィギュアの予約、一緒に行ってもらえませんか？
You mentioned that one figure pre-order. Do you think we could do that to get... Wait, are you suggesting that you both buy it?
私、そういうアニメショップみたいなところって今まで行ったことなくて。
Oh! Never gone to an... Oh, you want somebody to come with you to go shopping at a store like that? Huh. Huh, okay.
私、なんだかすごくぶしつけなお願いしてますよね。すいません。
Okay. Not thinking of the main character here. From my perspective, this legitimately just makes me think, okay, this person just noticed that they have similar interests to me, and they're nervous about partaking in that particular interest, so they asked to have somebody there with them as moral support. That's happened a couple of times, so that's actually quite normal, actually. Especially if you're a little afraid to talk about your favorite interests.
私のせいで西条くんは怪我をしたのに。
This was some dangerous territory. I couldn't afford to just blurt out an answer. On one hand, Yua and I had shared interests. Hell, she was even a fan of Seira. She also seemed very interested in what I had to say, which meant she was someone I could get along with as an otaku. But on the other side, it had to be some sort of trap. There was no way in hell something like this, something so perfect, would actually happen to me in real life. It was an eroge cliche, nothing more. I couldn't let 3D corrupt me. Think, Takumi, think. What the hell could Yua's true goal be?
すいません。今のお願いは忘れてください。
The fact that you are severely overthinking this really goes to show you don't interact with people very often.
私、西条くんがいろいろ話してくれるのが、嬉しくて。
See? That's right there. It made her happy. It made her happy to talk about and share an interest with someone. Somebody that had similar interests. Ironically, this is kind of how normal friendships can start. Usually it's something that starts off with something as small as having just a shared interest. Then the people in question just start talking. You learn a little bit more about each other, learn what works, learn what doesn't, and that's kind of how a standard friendship can just start, from something as small as just having a shared interest. Apparently it made her happy. Yua sat there with her head hung low. Pretty much every 3D girl ever was insanely full of themselves, and meanwhile, this girl was remarkably timid. And there was no way a 3D girl could be so pretty and have such a cute personality. Everyone knew that, meaning she had to be faking it. I'd turn her down, I'd gather all my strength, all the power vested in me as a man, and shoot her down. As Yua looked back up at me, I saw tears welling up behind her glasses. Wait, was she crying? Was it because I wasn't saying anything? Had I just made her cry? You committed a mortal sin! Oh, no, give me a break. What a life or death situation. I'd never experienced anything like this outside of video games. My heart was pounding out of my chest. I was even starting to feel a little guilty. You should! They say that women weaponize their tears, but only now is that really starting to ring true for me. Honestly, I had absolutely no clue how to deal with it. I was getting more and more nervous by the second. We can go together, I tried to say, but ultimately I couldn't bring myself to. Because if I did, surely she'd just say something like, "Ew, this dumbass actually took it seriously? What a freak." Does she really strike you as that kind of person? I know you barely met her, but seriously? Call it a persecution complex, but that was how I felt. I just couldn't do it.
無理してくれなくていいです。私のわがままに石条くんを付き合わせるのは良くないですし。
Oh my god, now she's... Okay, now this is starting to feel like she's actually laying on the waterworks. It's not alright for me to ask for something so selfish, and then this sniffle. Alright. I'm still kind of in her park, because at the moment the main character has really not been doing a good job letting me be on his side of the line right now, so... Her eyes seemed even more wet than before. I saw a single tear dripping out from the corner of her eye. There you go. Now you're going. There you go. Congratulations. You have acquired actual human friendship. No takey backs. No take backsies. You just said it. You can't take it back. I had no choice but to nod. I couldn't think of any other way to make her stop crying. Still, it felt like I was stepping right into a trap. Yua seemed incredibly relieved. She took a deep breath, took off her glasses, and wiped away her tears.
断られて当然だと思ってたのに。西条くん、ありがとうございます。
Huh. She was thanking me. Seemed like I'd been able to stop her from completely breaking down. Maybe I should be the one thanking her. Oh, shit, how did I get myself into such a mess? God damn 3D women, you can never let your guard down around them. Jesus Christ. I'm literally playing through the perspective of Hifumi from Danganronpa. Oh my lord.
行くとしたらいつがいいでしょう?
Oh, she's moving right into it, wanting to know the times, everything. She's right, like, she's excited, she's happy. Hold on, where the hell had her sad-looking expression gone? Only a second had passed and she was already looking happy as a clam. Those really were crocodile tears, weren't they? If so, she should win a fucking Academy Award.
セイラちゃんの新しいフィギュアはもうすぐ発売なんですよね?
I guess?
うん。きっとすぐに完売しちゃうだろうね。
Then you should probably get on that early. Get that damn figure, I guess.
だったら早めに行った方が良さそうですね。
Yeah?
明日とか。
Tomorrow? Okay. According to my schedule, I needed to go to school tomorrow. That made it 3 times total this week. Then the week after, I'd only have to go twice. I had a feeling that tomorrow was going to suck even more than usual. But I'd already told you I'd go with her. If I tried changing my mind now, she'd start the waterworks all over again. I really had no choice here, huh?
わかったよ。
I was incredibly reluctant, but still I agreed. Yua seemed happy to hear that. But she couldn't fool me with that face of hers.
西条くんは何組? 明日放課後に迎えに行きますよ。
You know that classroom that has that player? You want the one that's always chasing girls' skirts?
Oh, that asshole.
Yeah, him.
I am so sorry.
B 組。
2年 B 組ですね。じゃあ授業が終わったら待っててください。
You don't want to keep a girl waiting, my dude. I nodded quickly in response, hoping that it'd make her leave faster. Wait, I just made a promise to hang out with a girl. Was this a dream? A delusion? Nope, I didn't hit either trigger for your crazy delusion or your crazy delusion. I pinched my cheek to test that theory. It definitely hurt.
それじゃ長い間お邪魔しちゃってすいませんでした。足、もし痛かったらお医者さんに行ってくださいね。
Oh yeah, that's right. He did get hurt, so it's kind of hard for him to walk. He'll walk it off.
うん。
Congratulations, dude. You got yourself a date tomorrow. Good luck. I sat on the couch and watched Yua leave. She turned around and waved goodbye, then exited out the front door.
西条くん、また明日。
また明日だってさ。
Yes, she did say see you tomorrow. Are you going to break her heart by not going? I mean, she kind of did. Now that I think about it, it did kind of feel like she kind of roped you in. So maybe some part of your delusion was, no, not your delusion. No, no. Your paranoia. There we go. Paranoia. Some of your paranoia may have been right. Just a little bit. Only a little bit, though.
しかも手を振ったりして。
You're really not good at handling people, are you? I felt like I was about to melt with bliss, so I quickly stiffened back up.
あの女絶対僕に惚れてる。間違いないね。
That bitch has definitely fallen for me, no doubt about. Oh my god. As soon...
まあ、付き合うか付き合わないかは僕に選択肢があるわけだし、あの女を情け容赦なく振ってやるさ。
Oh, just grit my teeth. Just grit my teeth. Just grit my teeth. I would your demeaning expressions toward women is just disgusting, dude.
お前は僕の女にふさわしくない。セイラよりいい女になって出直してこい。 まあ一生無理だけどな。何しろセイラは永遠の17歳だからな。みたいな。
You? Okay. Again, let's look into the psychology of our main character here. He waits until he's absolutely alone before he starts spouting off the most rancid bullshit. That tells me he lacks a spine. He'll say this shit behind a face, or I'm sorry, behind a mask. And he'll keep it to himself until he's completely alone. Until then, if he's around people, he's more or less the quiet and sniveling type. But again, that kind of shows that actually more or less shows to me that he lacks a fair amount of self-confidence in himself. And that's coming from me. How sad is that? There was no way any girl could ever be better than Seiratan. I picked up the Seira figure and rubbed her against my cheeks, and Seiratan couldn't have looked happier. Nope. Immediately class the next day. Just jump into me. Okay.
今のところテストに出るからな。ちゃんとノート書いておけよ。今日はここまで。
Ah, time for a test. We're once again back at school already. And the message on the board's gone too.
ねえ。
The math teacher. Wait, what was his name again? Whatever. The teacher left the classroom, and that was the end of classes for the day. Some students started chatting about where they'd go after school. Those who were in clubs gathered with their fellow members and headed for their club rooms. And the rest were just getting ready to go home ASAP. I was in the last camp. As soon as the bell rang, I was always the first to pack up and leave. But today I stayed glued to my seat, trying to avoid eye contact with any of my classmates. My anxiety was killing me. After all, my date with Yua was very soon. Any normal non-Vidya-obsessed person would have been losing their mind to have a date with a girl planned. Vidya? Is that supposed to be like a shorthand saying, oh, net slang short for video games, typically used on message boards such as A-Channel. Vidya games. But this was me we were talking about, and I couldn't feel any more depressed. I couldn't relax at all. I was feeling physically sick. This would be the first time I'd ever gone on a date with a girl, so I had no clue what to do. Honestly, I wouldn't really consider it a date unless both sides are like, hey, you want to go on a date? Yeah, sure. You can't automatically assume an outing with somebody is considered a date immediately. Then again, he's not necessarily an adult, so he's not mentally mature enough to think that. Potentially. Maybe. Slightly. Partially? Besides, would you even show up? Maybe she's been fucking with me yesterday, and she planned on standing me up. She was probably watching from the shadows right now, giggling at how gullible I was. Well, now that I thought about it, that honestly might be better than her actually showing up. Wait, did I really have to sit around waiting? I mean, I could just blow her off and go home. Alright, it's settled. Time to head home. We were in different grades anyway, so if I just canceled our date at the last minute, I'd never have to see her again for the rest of my life. Fully determined to follow through with that plan, I stood up. Hello, I bet.
たく、何してんだ?
Fun fact, I have been informed this dude is voiced by the same voice actor as Battler Ushurimiya from Umineko. That is amazing, and I can hear it now. Oh my god, I can hear it. Are you gonna say Dameda Zen? Zen Zen Dameda? Please? Out of nowhere, my back fell victim to a hard slap. I knew who was behind me without even looking. The only guy in class who ever talked to me. None other than Miss Sumi-kun.
お前帰らないのか? いつもならチャイムが鳴ると同時に消えるのによ。俺密かに匠の音速直帰って名付けてたんだぜ。
I can't unhear it now. Oh my god.
もう帰るよ。
That's fucking Battler. Oh my god.
誰か待ってるとか。
え
How the hell did he know?
なんだよ、図星かよ。
どうして？
なんだかやけにそわそわしてたからな。教室の入り口をさっきから何度も気にしてるし。
He's not very good at keeping a cool face. Or a cool head. I can't talk. He was good. Either way, I probably shouldn't say anything that'd make me stand out too much. Don't you forget, Takumi, you've got to be invisible at this school. You gotta blend in, be like air.
別に誰も待ってないよ。
そうか？だったら今の間はなんだよ。
それは。
Ah, fuck. Misumi-kun wasn't a bad guy, but at times like these, he could get really fucking annoying. Take a hint, for fuck's sake. I'm actually quite surprised that they're actually using a large amount of these terms that some of them I know. Short for fuck's sake, FFS. A way to express exasperation. That and it kind of helps gets past the censors at least a little bit. But then again, he's already just dropping the F-bomb here left and right, so eh.
西条くん
Yep, there she is. Shivers ran down my spine. I slowly turned my head toward the voice. Yua was standing by the classroom door looking apologetic. Oh, god damn it, because of Misumi-kun, I'd lost my chance to escape.
おい、なんだりゃ。どういうことだ？
You weren't expecting that, were you? I'm pretty sure nobody was expecting that. Do not spread this to the classroom. Misumi-kun looked unusually shocked. In fact, he was literally shaking. He put his arm around my shoulder and gave me a stern look.
おい、タク、どういうことか説明しろよ。お前の彼女か。
違うよ。
How many times have I told you, Misumi-kun, I'm not into 3D?
だったら何なんだよ。言っとくが、タクの姉ちゃんとかそういうオチは期待してねえからな。
Well,
引きこもりのくせに何をどうやったらあんないい女と知り合えるんだ。
well, let me spell it out for you like this, Battler. I ran, she followed, I bumped into something, she carried me home. That's about it. I can't even throw in a sex joke there because I don't know how to make it funny. It'd probably just be disappointing.
昨日急に付きまとわれて。
そりゃつまりあれか？逆難されたってことか。え？この。
You know, I didn't expect that I would kind of call how this discussion would go. Kind of. Sort of, slightly. And, I mean, I wouldn't say she picked me. Well, actually, she did pick me up, but not in the way that you think. Never mind. He put his hand on his chin, pondering for a moment, and then he finally let me go.
そうか。世の中には物好きってのもいるんだな。けど、タクがまともな性癖を持ってたみたいで、少し安心したぜ。
Students should not be talking about their sex life. Oh my god. Jesus Christ.
性癖って。
As far as I'm concerned, they shouldn't have one.
それに彼女とは別に何も。
そうかそうか。頑張れよ、タク。
Well, at least you're supportive. Thanks, I guess. Misumi-kun wasn't taking me seriously at all. He just got all excited over his own assumptions, then slapped my back even harder than before. Oh, at this point, he was just screwing with me.
安心しろって。お前の女を寝取ったりしねえから。
You don't have enough Riz to steal it. Even if you got Riz to get everybody else, I don't think you don't got the balls.
だからそういう関係じゃ。
ほら、さっさと行けよ。彼女、お待ちかねみたいだぜ。
Hello! Misumi-kun ordered me to move, so I stumbled over to Yua. Despite my best efforts, I hadn't been able to escape. Sorry. You will be forced into a normal life for once, Takumi.
あの、迎えに来たの迷惑でした？
Not me personally, no.
いや、
Yes, you fucking are. Jesus Christ, stop it. I turned to look at Misumi-kun, but he just grinned and gave me the finger. Honestly, I couldn't tell whether he was trying to pick a fight or cheer me on. The answer is yes. I couldn't deal with this shit any longer, so I just decided to hurry up and leave with Yua. Just don't go dragging her around.
すいません。昨日会ったばかりなのに、こんなお願いをしてしまって。
Again, you don't have to apologize. At least to me, you don't have to apologize. Not really. You're fine. We'll go get that thing at the store, and then everything will be right as rain.
いや、
Okay, this is the second time it's been playing this song. Is this like this girl's theme? It sounds pleasant if that's the case. I was so nervous. I was leaving a school together with a 3D girl. Was I a normie now or what? I always felt like this was all in a completely different world from mine. I never would have thought I'd get to experience something like this. But now I was feeling the intense pressure of Yua's silence. We were just walking side by side, not even talking, so why was this so stressful? Because it's a situation that you're not used to. You are being forced to step outside of your comfort zone. Sure, I can understand that you would get stressed out, but in this scenario, I feel like this would be good for you, I think. And to top it all off, I didn't really know who Yua was or what her goal was. Just, what did she want from an otaku freak like me?
おとといの
She's about to she's about to ask if we watch the newest episode of Bloodtoon.
はい
No, you're fine.
いや、
Just, he's not good with people. She just started talking to me out of nowhere, so I got surprised, and that weird sound I'd made just came out. It was funny. Yua all seemed really nervous. Her expression was so tense. She was older than me, so how is she still so innocent? How surprisingly moe. Then again, I probably wasn't the best person to be talking to about innocence, since I could hardly manage more than a quick sidelong glance at her. I was too embarrassed to take a proper look at her face. I just couldn't do it.
おとといのブラチュー見ましたよね
I knew it. She's trying to gauge a conversation because you both like Bloodtoon. That's why she's asking about if you watch the newest episode.
うん。
私一箇所だけいまいちよくわからないところがあったんですけどすすぶくんがセイラちゃんのピンチに駆けつけてきて助けてくれますよねでもどうしてすすむくんはセイラちゃんが危ないって分かったのかなって
Again, she's taking that first step because she recognizes that this is something that you both are interested in. She's legitimately trying to have a conversation. Takumi, you better respond correctly.
あれは先週の回に伏線があったんだ。セイラの携帯が鳴ってるシーンが一瞬だけ挿入されてて、着信表示で進むの名前が出てる。
There you go. Yes, very good. Talking about your interests.
ああそういえばそんなシーンありましたね
山田がそういう細かい伏線をあちこちに貼るのが好きなんだ。キンゴルでも似たようなことをやってた。
There you go! You're doing it! Come on, man! Come on, you can do this! Come on! You're doing good!
山田くキンゴル
いや、山田くっていうのはブラチューの監督の愛称だよ。で、山田くがブラチューの前に監督やってたアニメがキンゴル。
Interesting names for anime, though. Gold Goal and Bloodtoon. Honestly, okay, for real though, for some reason, Bloodtoon makes me think of, okay, this is gonna be showing my age here, but I grew up in the time where Toonami and Adult Swim would air Blood Plus. Those were good times. But Blood Toon sounds like it might be a spiritual successor / sequel or something. That's what it sounds like to me.
へえ。じゃあ、山拓さんって有名な監督さんなんですね。
It would appear to be the case, yes, that they are famous.
まあ僕は好きな方かな。なんでかっていうと、
I had been lecturing Yua about the various facets of anime when I realized we were already in front of Anime 8. Time flew by faster than I'd expected. It's a unique concept for you, Takumi. It's called having fun. And you know the phrase, time flies by when you're having fun. I'd let myself get carried away and talked way too much. Well, it didn't help that Yua was a good listener. She paid such close attention while I shared my wisdom. I couldn't help but want to tell her everything I knew, even though I knew I was falling right into her trap. All this, and yet I wasn't even good at talking. This was the first time I'd ever felt this way. I was talking out loud, but it felt like I was chatting online. It was a strange feeling.
なんだかドキドキしてきました。
Well, both of you walk in. Come on.
先に帰ったりしないでくださいね。
She's saying please. Don't leave her. Don't make me hate you more, Takumi. Thank you. Now go in there with her, and you get that pre-order done. Yua only got more and more nervous as she went up and spoke to the store employee. It was clear that she was out of her comfort zone, but all I could do was just stand there and watch as she placed the pre-order for the post-awakening version Seired figure. There weren't any opportunities to escape. Yua kept anxiously glancing back at me, so I couldn't budge an inch. Right after that, she even forced me to look around the store with her. Yua was looking all around with a big grin on her face, saying things like, "Wow, there's not enough money in the world to buy all these figures." But even in the face of all that enthusiasm, I just couldn't find it in me to smile back at her. I beg your fucking McDonald's hamburger. McDonald's. Oh. I have to. I'm sorry. I need to. Okay. Picture taken. This is. I shouldn't be laughing at something this stupid, but it is legitimately tickling me that no matter what medium, McDonald's exists in damn near every freaking universe under a different name. So apparently Yua took the train to school, which meant I had to accompany her all the way to Shinsen Station. She might not look like it, but she was a devious one, all right. She always managed to get her way, all without making herself look even remotely selfish. Clever girl. Talk about a wolf in sheep's clothing. And we all know what the wolf in sheep's clothing is. An archetype that refers to someone who is far more sinister than they may appear. They are often characterized by a black heart plagued with malicious thoughts, a large gap between their outward personality and actual personality, and a general sense of ill will toward others. It appears that there are some people who are attracted to these factors that are, for all intents and purposes, negative.
西条くんって携帯は持ってないんですか？
No! I do not! Because I'm a stubborn dumbass who is mean to his little sister. Why are you looking at me like that? Once we'd reached that station, Yua suddenly asked me that question. A cell phone? I shook my head weakly.
持ってないんですか？それじゃ連絡が取れないですね。
Sorry, I'm too much of an asshole to have a cell phone.
連絡
Why the hell would she want to stay in touch? What, was she going to demand that I texted her about every little thing for the rest of my life? Dude. It is clear to me that you lack human interaction.
でも西条くんパソコン持ってましたよね。
Oh, there we go.
私も持ってるからメールアドレスを交換しませんか？
Email addresses would probably do the trick then, yeah.
どうして
Because she wants to. Is it that hard for you to understand that maybe, just maybe, somebody actually wants to be friends with you?
そのフィギュアの発売日に
Oh, you're gonna say that because when the figure goes on sale, you want to tell
取
each
りに
other.
行かなくちゃいけませんよね。
That too. She's got to pick up her pre-order.
その時にまた一緒に
She wants to go with you again, my dude.
まだ一人でアニメ8に行く勇気はないから。
She's so... Oh my god. She's so nervous. She was good.
それに
She was way too good.
私西条くんと
I knew she had her claws in me, but I just couldn't turn her down. If I did, I'd look like the bad guy.
もっと
3D was the scariest fucking thing in the world.
仲良くなりたいから。
Behold, the start of a potential friendship. Although her eyebrows are telling me like she's like one's just kind of like curved, and meanwhile the other one's just kind of like she's like I would like to get to know you better. I think, I don't know, my expression's kind of a bit mismatched here. How was she doing this? Was it just because I was bad at talking to people, or was she just too good? Either way, Yua seemed intent on not leaving until she had my email. Yet at the same time, I could sense a bit of unease behind these glasses of hers. I could practically feel my will to resist draining from my body. There were goosebumps all over my body, shivers running down my spine, but I couldn't run away and I couldn't turn her down. There was definitely something up with Yua, this aura she had. It wasn't normal. I couldn't really put into words exactly what it was that bothered me so much, but whatever it was, something wasn't right. Didn't matter though. Before I knew it, I'd torn out a scrap of notebook paper, written down my email address, and handed it to her. She took it, looking as happy as can be, then quickly bowed her head and disappeared into the station. I felt like my soul had left my body. I just stood there, completely dumbfounded. Even after 10 minutes passed, I couldn't move an inch. Who knows, maybe we're right. Maybe she's a monster. You never know. Ironically, I like watching this dude squirm. So, what do you make of all this? Of her? Because personally, I don't have the slightest clue. There's no way she doesn't have ulterior motives or something. It doesn't make any sense otherwise. Hey, you listening, Grim? What eroge is this? That night I decided to consult Grim about Yua. I figured I might as well. If I just kept my paranoia to myself, I wouldn't get anywhere. And that was the response I'd gotten. Well, not like I could blame him. The first time I'd spoken with Yua, I reacted the exact same way. It was stupid of me to think that you'd be any help, Grim. Now, wait one fucking second. You were being serious? You actually managed to raise a flag with someone? You really have a way of getting whatever you want, huh? Now, who said they weren't into 2D? Now, who said they weren't into 3D again? It's not like that, dude. Grim's reaction was almost identical to Misumi-kun's. Were they the same person or something?
Well, for a turbo virgin like you, Neidhart, now that you have a girl, it should be easy to leave otakudom behind and lose your V card. You gotta be careful though. Like, if you start talking to her about your school swimsuit fetish, she'll dump your ass, so use common sense. Okay. What's wrong with the school swimsuit fetish?
メールだよボケなす
This guy's hopeless. I'd better do something quick. What do you mean by that? I'd better do something quick? That's a little concerning. Also, was that your email notification? Oh? Out of nowhere, I heard Seraton's voice. That was my custom email notification sound. Never mind, you answered my question immediately. I casually went to check my email, and the sender's name was Kusunoki Yua.
うわ、早速来た。
She has shown continued interest in you. From the looks of it, you both, again, share a common interest, and she wants to talk to you. My dude. You have made a friend. Wow, she sent one already? I got an email. Just now. Whoop, there it is! This is the first time I'd ever gotten an email from a 3D girl. I gulped, then clicked to open it. Oh. Yua's usual elegance and purity shone through the email, and by using a lot of emoticons, she gave it a bit of a friendly tone. Alright, I'm gonna read it right here. Good evening, this is Kusunoki. I sent this email as soon as I was able to. I would appreciate it if you added me to your address book. My apologies for... I hit the wrong button. I hit the wrong button by mistake. Because I moved my fucking hand, I hit the thing that skipped right past it. Is it in the backlog? Okay. What the hell? Okay, so yeah, it did look like I missed out on a bit here. Yua's usual elegance and purity shone through the email, and by using a lot of emoticons, she gave it a bit of a friendly tone. But when she said things like, maybe it was because Nishiji-kun was with me, or I was hoping I'd be able to say hello tomorrow morning, I just couldn't help but feel like she was up to something. Grim, post it now! Damn it, how do I go back and take a look at that? Maybe this is the problem with me playing with controller right now, because I just tapped the left bumper and it just skipped a bunch. Wait a minute. I shouldn't be able to skip stuff that I haven't read yet, unless they don't have that here. If they do, oh, that's a problem. That's a problem. It's tame. Chill the fuck out. Just usual greetings and shit. Whatever, bro. Just post it. Post it already. Damn, I didn't get a chance to read it because I just pressed that stupid ass button. Good evening, this is Blink. I sent this email as soon as I was able to. I'd appreciate it if you added me to your address book. My apologies for making you company to me today. Even so, I saw that up on. Probably because it was my first time going to a store like that. Or maybe it was because blank Kun was with me. What time will you be coming into school tomorrow, Kun? Oh, I'm only asking because I was hoping I'd be able to say hello tomorrow morning. That's all. It would be nice if we could run into each other again tomorrow. Well then, I'll be sure to email you again soon. Good night. Also using the X to... Why does that keep happening? I literally didn't press anything that time. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna go with my mouse for right now. Oh, would you look at that lovey-dovey email? KYS Neidhart, you normie scum. Jesus Christ, man. Please take this seriously. This must be some kind of trap. Yeah, how tight that tinfoil hat got on. You sure you're not overthinking it? Just looks like you raised a flag with this chick to me.
You're almost at the good end already. That's what I mean. There's no way this is real. You think this could happen to an otaku freak like me? There's no way. Think a cute girl would try to pick me up IRL? Dude, are you seriously complimenting your girlfriend already? Could you quit trolling for 1 second? Come on, I already told you. You're just overthinking it. We're two of a kind, aren't we, Neidhart? We both know good girls like that don't exist anymore. Yeah, I was fully aware. But she really was just that nice. And that's exactly what I didn't feel right to me. It's kind of hot, don't you think? I mean, she really likes you. Says she likes anime, too. Yeah, I know it's a perfect GF exists, bro. Not for us otaku, anyway. Just don't go ruining with her, with your... Bleh, I can't English. Just don't go ruining her with your degenerate shit. Well, that might not be so bad. No, scratch it. That was exactly what I wanted. Still cheer up a bit. She made the first move, bro. I'm not into 3D. You say that, but we both know you really want to go out with her, am I right? If you want to de-otakify yourself, now's your chance. You won't get a second one, and you know it. Congrats, you're popular now. It won't last long, so don't let it go to waste. Just keep calm and go on the attack. Just be Neidhart IRL. You can do it. You got the green light, bro. If I could just do it, I wouldn't be going through so much turmoil. Like, I'd realized something when I was talking with you the other day. Sure, there were a couple of moments where I had fun or felt happy, but aside from that, I just felt annoyed and completely exhausted. If that was what I had to go through with every IRL interaction, then I'd honestly just rather just live in the 2D world where I could do whatever I wanted. And that was why I decided not to reply to Yua's email. A fire burned bright into the sky. Scorching red cinders danced around the incinerator. The flame was fueled by a sailor-style school uniform along with countless textbooks. On a foothill overlooking the Seto Inland Sea, a girl stood in her home's garden. The steam whistles of boats echoed in the distance, and the nearby trees gently swayed in the refreshing sea breeze. In the midst of such a serene scene, the girl Orihara Kozue stood still, and alone in front of the incinerator, bathing in the somber ambiance of its cinders. Orihara Kozue. The girl's gaze was locked onto the school uniform and textbooks as they were slowly reduced to ashes, each becoming clad in a crimson glimmer. Until only yesterday, they had been her school uniform and her textbooks. Despite having lit the fire herself, the girl did not move from the spot, perhaps out of a lingering sense of regret. That too only lasted a moment. She suddenly knitted her eyebrows and covered her ears as hard as she could. She gasped in agony, and yet she did nothing more. The girl did not moan, nor did she raise any tearful complaints. All she let out was a series of ragged breaths. She shook her head repeatedly from side to side as if to express a fierce, visceral objection. And as she did, her strength slowly started to crumble, and she collapsed to the ground. She fell on her backside with a thud, let her jaw droop as if utterly exhausted, and looked up to the sky with a dazed expression on her face. Minutes later, she was still in that exact same position, not having moved a single muscle. Until suddenly, she turned around with conviction as if she had heard someone call out to her. She looked toward the house's porch. The wooden house had been built over 50 years ago, but despite it being daytime, it appeared quite dim. Anything beyond the porch could barely be seen. Kozue slowly stood back up and walked over to the porch, and at that very moment her mother appeared with impeccable timing.
あら、小杖ちゃん、探してたのよ。もう荷物の整理はできたの？
Is it pronounced Kozue or Kozu? I'll try Kozu. Kozu promptly nodded and slowly sat down.
あさってにはもうこの家ともお別れなのね。
I don't think burning a bunch of books counts as hacking, ma'am, but sure, whatever. Her mother took a seat next to her, gazing toward the inland sea with a gentle look in her eye.
東京なんて行くの、梢ちゃんは初めてよね。いいお友達ができるといいわね。
Despite her mother's caring words, Kozu did not nod, nor even shake her head in response. Okay. She's burning her books. They're talking about packing, and apparently they're leaving this house and or something like that. Like it's her first time going to this school in Tokyo, I'm guessing. But the idea of her burning her books and her school uniform gives me this implication that she's trying to hide a previous identity that she had had. That's the assumption I'm getting out of this right now. Like this small family that's on the run or something like that, where they have to constantly move to different places and change their identities each time. That's what I'm thinking. She simply remained silent, gazing wistfully toward the still burning incinerator in the corner of the garden. Huh. I'm gonna end it there because I'm just... I don't know what to make of this. I don't know. Well, at least I took some level of joy that freaking Takumi was forced to actually socialize. So, hey, that's good. I wonder what the whole thing with Yua is. I mean, there's probably some truth to Takumi's worries right now. But until I'm proven wrong that maybe Yua is bad, I'm just gonna take some joy and enjoy the torment that Takumi is going through right now. Because he's kind of an asshole, so he kind of deserves it. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Because I'm still very confused about this whole freaking experience.